Welcome to Trash Talk, a podcast by Zero Waste Canada. I'm your host, Alistair McCallum. I moved to Canada in 2017 from England, and I've since held a variety of roles in the waste industry, and currently sit on the Zero Waste Canada board. On this podcast, we will dive deep into the world of zero waste and the circular economy, speaking with change makers who are helping to lead us to a more waste-free, sustainable planet. Okay, this is Trash Talk episode 3. Sabrina Kon is joining us from ChopValue. Welcome.
Thank you, Alistair. It's good to be here.
Thanks for joining us. What's your background in sustainability like, and what brought you to Canada? And then what's been your pathway at ChopValue? So I know you've had a few roles there. So mention, what's happened in your time there and your growth path.
For sure. So it's funny because we're both Brits, right, Alistair? So yeah, this is interesting for me as well, to be speaking to a fellow Brit based in Canada. But yeah, I'm originally from England, and over the last 12 years or so, I've had the opportunity to work in different industries, such as legal, in tech, and mostly in different startups. And I would say in the last 8 years or so, I've been working in the sustainability space. So it's been really motivating actually. And in my current role now, I oversee community, which basically includes the program where we source our chopsticks from about 1,500 partners across 9 or 10 different countries that we now currently operate in. And this week we've hit 197 million recycled chopsticks. So
Wow.
it's a pretty exciting time. Um, and I work really closely to develop our sustainability and carbon economics work and also provide consultation and training to our global teams as well.
It's a lot of chopsticks. Awesome. That's a good milestone. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
So I've seen Chop Value's factory in Vancouver. I was there on a tour once, so I've been lucky enough to see the behind the scenes there. So maybe go into more about the history of Chop Value, kind of what happened to start up, and then how things have grown internationally as well. Maybe kind of just give some behind the scenes kind of facts on kind of what happens with the creation of the products and so on, and the mission as well.
Definitely. So ChopValue was founded in 2016 by our founder and CEO, Felix Buck. And he's originally from Germany, but our headquarters is here in Vancouver, in Canada. And our mission at the company revolves around turning waste into resources. So, for example, transforming used chopsticks into beautiful products while also promoting a circular economy. And in every product that we design or create, be it furniture or custom solutions, we want to make sure circularity is really embedded throughout, while also redefining how we think about materials and resources.
Awesome. And then just to like plug your products myself, I have the Chop Value desk I'm currently recording on right now. It's a very good desk. I also have
Amazing.
the tennis coasters as well. They were like a
Oh,
limited
nice.
run, so I'm a big tennis fan, so I also have them. So just to like plug Chop Value on your behalf. They're very good value products. And yeah, again, yeah, very, very well built. And if you're passionate like I am about waste reduction, then yeah, I
Mhm.
recommend buying some products from Chop Value. So, as a quick plug there. So you mentioned, yeah, global growth. I'm just wondering, yeah, kind of what countries you're expanding into. Give us some backgrounds or some yeah, kind of facts around that. And part two of that question is, what countries or regions are being the most engaged on this program?
Yeah, so we're in quite a few different countries at the moment. Of course, we started off in Canada, and our very first franchise location was in Calgary. So yeah, our business model is based on a franchising concept where we're able to scale our impact, and that's kind of how we're able to really think about, how can we make sure we're recycling as many chopsticks as possible and repurposing as much waste as possible. And I mean, for us, it's not only about chopsticks, right? And I can talk a little bit more um, about some of the other waste streams that we're kind of just about to work on. But the concept of turning something that you would typically throw out or a single-use item and then extending that lifetime and thinking about how we can really make it part of this circular loop so that there isn't as much inefficiencies and waste in general. Um, but to answer your question, we're doing pretty well in Asia, I would say, because of course that's where the chopsticks are from. And most restaurants they import chopsticks from Asia, specifically in China, and they're used for about 20 or 30 minutes and just thrown away at the end of each meal. So there's no surprise that most of the chopsticks that we're getting are from Asia, and as a result, our microfactories in Singapore, Malaysia now as well. We're just opening up in Japan, which I'm really excited about.
Mm.
There's just so many chopsticks there, it's crazy. And yeah, Bali as well. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity and not just for waste, I guess waste conversion, but also engaging with local communities within those countries too.
Awesome. And is there a region that you aren't currently in or going into that you're looking at as a next step?
Yeah, right now I mentioned quite focused on Japan, and that's just because Japan is a really interesting case study in the sense that the way that they do business there is slightly different to how we do it in the Western world. And so, there's lots of things that we need to be mindful of when we're starting up operations. Um, and but it's obviously a huge opportunity for us. So we definitely want to get it right.
Yep.
And it's very exciting. And everyone in the team has just been so pumped about our Japan launch. So that's something that the whole team are really focusing our efforts on. And, we're going to be starting to collect over there very soon. So that's the part I've been kind of waiting on. And yeah, we're really making moves on Japan right now. So yeah, I'm excited to share more about that and obviously progress on that as well.
Awesome. And then yeah, just coming on to kind of why this is so important. So the kind of program in place there of reusing materials. Why is that a big important kind of message, important program to kind of bring globally?
Yeah, I think, I mentioned before, for us, it's not just about chopsticks, right? It's about waste and in general, which is a huge problem. And then in order to showcase this circular business model, we're really hoping to influence other industries that circular practices can lead to innovation, cost savings, and also brand loyalty as well. Um, and so something that I've been sharing with some people already is that we've recently received some funding to build our parent company, which is called Microfactory Venture Platform, or MVP for short, which will allow us to use our technologies to actually expand into other waste streams. For example, textiles, coffee beans, and paper cups. So for us, we see this as part of a much larger movement to really challenge outdated ideas about waste and also influence, I guess, a broader adoption of the circular economy. And if you think about it, only about 0.015% of the global waste stream is chopsticks, which itself saves about 650,000 tons of CO2 emissions annually. But if you think about us being able to apply our technology to process other waste streams, the impact that we can create within those industries would be very significant. So that's something we really need to focus on.
Right, like taking this model and applying it to other areas of waste is what you're kind of aiming to do next. Awesome. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. And then yeah, closing message then. So you mentioned kind of some key milestones. Any other kind of targets you have as a company to achieve in the next kind of year or couple of years?
I think we're growing so rapidly that, we do, of course, have our internal goals and targets that we set ourselves. Um, but, the most, I guess, immediate goal for us is to hit that 200 million milestone,
Yeah,
which is actually going to be, it's going to happen in the next few weeks. So that's something that you know, I've been really looking forward to. And it's a big number, 200 million.
yeah,
But for us, it's more than just a number. It's about the messaging. It's about, really showing people how something so humble and small, such as a single chopstick, can really add up in numbers. And also, it's something that people te typically kind of ignore. Even if you're thinking about waste legislation, it's usually not included in the list of things that countries are wanting to ban just because they don't think it's big enough to make a huge difference. But for us, it's that concept. So I mentioned we're going to be working on the other waste streams. And so
yeah,
that's something that hopefully will really open other people's eyes and realize that it's the system that we've built and the whole microfactory process that we've really kind of honed in on. And that's the messaging that we really want to share with everyone.
amazing. Yeah. Then finally, this time of year, there's a lot of gifting happening. You mentioned many reasons why these products are kind of yeah like great for the environment or reduce waste and so on. I mentioned also yeah my desk and my coasters. Wonder any other kind of items being kind of brewed behind the scenes there for release upcoming you can share or
Yeah, I actually really love our kind of, I guess, the custom projects that we work on. A lot of people maybe aren't aware that, we do have, of course, we have a lot of amazing standard products, but we also have a lot of custom projects too, that we're able to do. And the team are so talented. We have such a great team of woodworkers and engineers. And so if you're looking for just a simple gift, it could be anything from, a phone stand or a coaster or a small like cheese board or a serving board, all the way up to a desk if you wanted to gift that to somebody. I actually also have a desk too, and I love it. It
yeah
comes in a few different sizes, but I personally quite like the home office size, especially for those who don't have maybe too much space in their apartment. But it's great because it's height adjustable, and that's
yeah
personally my favorite product. But yeah, I would really recommend people if you're going to be gifting, around the holidays, think about the gift that you're going to be giving. Is it something that is made from virgin materials? Are we thinking about, what can be done with it after, and really just thinking about the entire life cycle of that product? I know that's such a geeky answer, especially from somebody that comes from the sustainability world, but um, yeah, I think for us, it's really demonstrating, hopefully, that you can gift something beautiful, functional, but also something that is made from what it used to be waste and
yeah
not anymore.
yeah yeah trash talk fans if you're listening there anyone stuck on gifts for Christmas you know where to go. Chop Value is the place to shop the next well, last days into Christmas. You know where to go for any last minute gifting ideas. So awesome.
Yes.
Thank you for your time today, Sabrina. Great to chat with you. And yeah, good luck with your Japan launch.
Thank you so much, Alistair.
Finally, thanks to all guests and listeners for their support this year. I've enjoyed starting this podcast off and look forward to bringing some more content next year.